Big Beard RC. In this video we're going to replace the plastic reduction gear with this metal one, and we're also going to replace the two diffs that came with this car with two diffs that I've already taken apart and greased within an inch of the lives. So let's get at it. So for anybody who doesn't know how to access the diffs, it's better to take the front suspension off just at the top to allow you to access the diff. Put that spacer out of the way, fits on there but it'll fall out of the way. You then push the CVDs out of the way, and there is 6 screws. There is one there, one there, one there, and exactly the same on the other side. So we need to remove the screws. Like so. And then once the screws are removed, we should be able to just remove the diff cover. It should just lift off. Maybe a bit tight the first time you do it, as it may have sealed slightly, been sat there for a while. So there we have it. That is the front diff cover removed. And as you can see, this is a brand new car with brand new diffs. Now, they are noisy. I'm notchy. I'm not great. Now the ones I'm putting in, super smooth now. I've taken them apart and greased them. So there is an easy way to remember which way these diffs go. In the diff cover there is a recess. If you put it in the other way, these will go one way, these will go the other way. Put it in the right way, they both go the same way. So we put that in there nicely. So now we need to do the same with the rear. And the front and rear diff covers on the Wltoys 144001 are identical. There is absolutely no difference whatsoever. The only difference you'll ever find is if you change to all metal hubs. Sorry, all metal diff covers, as the metal diff covers don't have these two lugs on with this bracket, which is what enables you to fit sway bars. They come completely flat, so you can't fit sway bars at all. I do have the all metal ones on my other build, my basher build as I call it, so that's the same again. Diff cover removed, and they are grindy. I'll quickly show you what I mean. Greasy fingers, not great. So we'll remove the 4 screws from the top. Now I have ordered some LC Racing diff gaskets, which look like they're the identical size and spacing they should be here next week, so I'm going to try them out on these diffs just to see if they fit before I completely fill these with grease. Now, they are supposed to be filled, and as you can see, they're absolutely bone dry. There's nothing on that. They're bone dry. There's no other word, they're bone dry. Just, excuse me while I find the tissue. Right, so we'll take our diffs apart and we will fill them with grease. Now, I don't know if you can see it in the video how smooth they are, but they're incredibly smooth compared to what the originals were. And that's back together. That's nice. Right, so to change the metal reduction gear, remove the drive shaft. Just move the camera out of the way. Now inside there is a very small screw. And hopefully it should just, with a bit of pressure, remove. Which by the looks of it, it isn't going to do, because I can't hold it. See if I can get it again. There we go. So remove the little screw. It retains the drive shaft cog. And yeah, Wltoys super glue. Now last time I had a problem with these getting them off. It was a nightmare. So bear with me a second, I'll be back with this removed. Right, so we've got it removed. It was a little bit of a pig, but one of my small pry bars underneath one of the bearings helped to come out. Now, if you look at the original spare gear, there is a bearing fitted on one side and a shorter end on one side. So the bearing end goes down and it has a cutout specifically to fit inside so there's no movement. It is a quite a tight fit, so the bearing sits on there. We then have two more bearings that fit onto there. We then use a cup which fits in there like so. And then we replace the original screw inside. What I do is just before you tighten up properly. Give it a tap, make sure it's all the way down. Don't drop your screwdriver. And then replace it on. You have to bear with me, sometimes I do drop things. I've got carpal tunnel in both my hands, which is a nightmare when you're trying to do these midget little things. But it's something I have to live with. So, now placing back into it, there is a gap that's needed. It's easier if you take the diffs out. Do one side at a time to make sure it's easier. And then place the bearings back in. You can use something small to move the bearing into its housing. There we go. When the top comes in, I'll sit inside and hold it. Same with the front. If you push them onto the housings, then everything should be good in the world. Place the disc back. As they came out. Make sure everything sits nice and snug. Make sure there's nothing that could be catching and could potentially create an issue down the line. Just put them bag bones to the side. Now, to me, that feels and looks really good. So, we then put back what we replaced, sorry, not what we replaced, we put back what we removed. Don't forget to put the little washer retainer back on your engine mount, like so. Just stops the bearing moving, keeps everything nice and straight and smooth. We will end this video here for now, because it's a waste of time watching me screw 12 screws in. Next time you see me, we will hook up the ESC, which I've changed the Dean's connector to an XT60 because that's what batteries I run, and we will see how it sounds and how the discs are working. So if you like what you see, like and subscribe, hit the bell button